How is everyone doing? We are, let's see here, we are getting along. Hi there. So, hi there. Yeah, hi, Deandra. Hi, Salama. How is everyone? Oh, hi, Yuen. Oh, hi, my mom's in Arizona, Illinois, eh? Hi, Deandra. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome back. Welcome back, you guys. Hi, Lizzie. Lizzie girl. Hi, Mary. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. So many of you in here. Tonight, I thought we could talk about healing the heart. Healing the heart. So I asked, and this may, hi, Cinnamon Bun Wifey. And so this may be a topic that we cover for the next couple of days. I lost my sister in 2016, and her birthday is December 5th. December 5th. And so I pulled this card today, Healing the Heart. And I thought that relates. Like, there's many of us, we need to heal the heart. And so, what does that mean? Hi, Calories Girl. How are you? So, do you guys have something that's heavy in your heart that needs to heal? You need healing, Be Wise. What is plaguing you? What is heavy on our hearts that needs to be healed? What is heavy on our hearts? And I can do these cards and see what these cards have to say about yeah, we need some healing. We need some healing. Healing of our hearts. Sounds good to me. I always need healing. Hi, Calories Girl. Deandra. Hi, Yuen. Self-forgiveness. Cinnamon Bun Wifey. Healing the heart. What's heavy on your heart? So, well, I have this incense from Prabhuji's Gifts, and it's special incense. He's a Swami, and he chooses special scents that are particularly healing and changing. They change everything. So I've been enjoying the scents that he's chosen for us. I let toxic people go that have hurt you in the past. Oh, you lost your daughter in 2021. That's really recent. That's so recent. So Prabhuji sent me these incense to help us, to help all of us. I told them that I go live 41 years ago, and he was just sentenced to 35 years in prison. Well, isn't that a blessing? That sounds like a blessing. Found, and 41 years later, he was just sentenced to 35 years. So you're getting like justice in a way. So Prabhuji has sent me all these scents that assist us, in transcending to the next level. So this is for the heart chakra. This is patchouli, geranium, and rose. Patchouli, geranium, and rose. So we're going to be healing the heart today. Let me put this. I don't know why I have that song. Dancing Queen, young and sweet, only 17. My pup just heard me sing. He went, ooh. So I see somebody out there. What do you need to heal from? We are healing the heart. Yes, pups. Come on. The pup is healing. We are healing the heart. It's hard when you lose somebody or you lose yourself, or, how do you recover from that? So let me see what these cards have to say about healing the heart and what can we do. I know you're healing from too many broken hearts. Oh, yes, broken hearts. I know when my sister died, my heart broke. Like, I didn't understand how profound losing somebody would be, and how it would react in my other relationships. Like, it was really hard for me to date and to talk to other people. Like, I couldn't connect to people. Like, I just really had a hard time. Hi, Tarot Addison. Hi, Julia. So we are healing the heart. What do you need to heal from? Heart and soul healing. Monique, heart and soul's healing. I think the first card that comes up is very interesting. It's the past. It's healing from the past. So first, we have to accept that we are present, that we're in the present, and that at this moment, everything is okay. I feel really bad for the people that have lost somebody, like the person who lost her daughter. It's, the past, and sometimes the past can hurt so deeply, so deeply. And the Six of Swords is crossing, and so we must head into the future, but with like a new awareness of that life isn't always so great, that life has challenges in it, that, none of us get out alive, right? None of us get out alive. And so, it's like we all have to prepare for even our own passing. We all have to. Come here, pups. Come here. Come on. Come on. All right. So this is my pup. He is an emotional support animal. I highly recommend getting one. He is my emotional support. Hi, Monica. Hi, Rangel, our angel. So we've been hurt in the past, and we've given ourselves. And so sometimes when we're hurt, we have a hard time focusing on what we need to focus on, or we just give all of our focus to our work and just to, and it takes everything just to get things done. It's like we have to move into the future in like this somber way, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot to keep moving on, and our motivation may be sucked dry. Isn't he cutie? Our motivation may be sucked out of us. I mean, when you guys have challenges in your life, do you find? He's giving me a hug. When you guys have challenges in your life, do you find that that you're able to work, that you're able to focus, or that you're not able to focus? Do you guys know? Like when you guys, yes, pups. So when you guys are dealing with, I have to move this incense. It's too smoky. And so are you able to focus? Hi there. Are you guys able to focus when you have challenges, when you feel like your heart is broken a little bit? Are you able to focus on work? Are you able to focus on what you need to focus on? I know when it comes to relationships, and when you have a relationship that's hurting your heart, for me, it's very hard to focus on what needs to be done. And I just kind of go down a swirly hole of just sadness, and it's just hard for me to focus on anything except for my sadness. And we want to get, and that's why we need to heal the heart, because we want to get past that place of just being sad all the time. My boyfriend is really good at feeding me. And so I mean, the first thing that he does when he knows that my heart is weak is he feeds me. He feeds me. He made me a chicken salad today because he knew I was feeling low, and it picks me right up. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, um, what's underneath? Yes, pups. Yes, pups. So what's underneath is, I'm trying to kind of get a clear understanding of what these cards are underneath, is that you may be a very directed and focused individual, and you may work and you may have a lot on your plate. And so can you, hi, Yellowtail Beauty. We are talking about healing the heart. Healing the Heart is the name of this live. Thank you so much, by the way. I just got your email um, right before this live, and thank you so much. I'm glad it resonated with you. I'm glad that worked out. So we're talking about healing the heart. Yes, I see those two little hearts, and this is healing the heart is what we are doing. And so it says a lot of healing the heart is coming from the past, is that something has happened in the past and it's hard to manage the past. And so we have to take what we learned in the past and move somberly into the future. But I'm trying to kind of figure out like what these cards underneath mean, because it's like the Knight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. So it could be that people around us don't quite understand where we're coming from. They don't understand our injuries, and we have to focus on our lives and focus on work, and all of this stuff is going on around us while we have this sick heart. And so and I think when we feel sad and are having problems moving forward, I know when I lost my sister, I like went through a really bad tunnel of depression, and I lost my mind a little bit. Like 6 months, for about 6 months there, I had a hard time like focusing on reality. When somebody who lost their daughter, I wonder if you're going through a similar thing where you just have a problem focusing on reality, on like what is going on. And so for me, I went into what's called a mixed state, and which is a scary thing for me. It's a scary thing for me to go into a mixed state, because I get very depressed and very manic at the same time, and it goes back and forth really quickly. And so I can go from like crying to like laughing within a matter of minutes, and it's just really a bad way to it's a mixed state, and it's a really hard way to go through life, of just being really emotionally unstable. But when you have a shock to your system, when you have such a shock to your system, when something happens in your past and you have this profound effect that ripples through you, it kind of disrupts everything. It disrupts your path. And so like how do you move on? How do you move on? Well, there's the stages of grief. Does anybody know what the stages of grief are? I know the last one's acceptance, and there's bargaining, and hi Starseed, shock to the system. Yeah, it makes it really hard to deal with life, and a lot of people don't understand what you're going through. And so you may have a lot of grief and not have a lot of people on your side. People might be on your side initially, they may feel bad for you, but if you have like prolonged grief, like a lot of people can't watch, like they can't be around it, because it's like being, hi Fatima, we're talking about healing the heart. Is there anything that you need to heal from? So, there's the stages of grief, and the stages of grief take time. I mean, at least for me, it took a lot of time, and I didn't really understand grief until I lost my sister. And I understood problems with relationships, and I had felt very sad before, but like I didn't understand like deep, profound loss like that. So you get the Two of Wands and the Judgment card in the past. So the Two of Wands and Judgment is like you had all these plans, you had all of these plans and things you wanted to do, and then the loss kind of changes things. It changes like how you were supposed to do things. It's like you have to do everything again. You have to accept what has happened and change your course, because sometimes when losses hit, it's like we had all these plans. I've seen people, who have lost their fiance like right before they were supposed to get married, and so they had all these plans of what they wanted to do and where they wanted to go, and then it all just flies out the window, and it's like, okay, you need to heal money issues. Yes, me too. Heal money issues. Well, money is our sense of safety. It's our sense of security. And if we are having money issues, then we can definitely feel like a sense of loss and a sense of security. And so that's definitely something that we all need to heal from, is a sense of where things aren't permanent. Nothing is permanent. And when we experience loss, that's when we realize that things aren't permanent, that life is just this unsteady, what did they call those, like balance balls, where you're like the balance boards. I mean, life is really unsteady and insecure, and when you experience loss, you're like, holy mackerel, like I this is a big deal. Like I can't trust. You lost your fiance after losing your first baby. It was hard to heal to this day. Oh man, a loss of a lover and a baby is very difficult. Well, everything does pass. Everything does pass, but it is hard to get to this place of finding yourself again. And I can understand, Cinnamon Bun Wifey, that you found it very difficult to heal to this day, and that you may have some support, but you may not have a lot of support. Like you may not have somebody who will necessarily hold your hand. And I had a therapist who kind of gave me tough love, and I had a really hard time with the loss of my sister. It took a long time for me to get to a place of acceptance, and what my therapist who had told me, and I think she was actually very psychic herself, she had said that like I had to release her, that I had to let her go, and that her passing was her business and not my business, and that I had to let her continue on with her business, and I had to, and our whole karmic issues that we had together, it was her stuff that she has to. Sure, Callie, this was her stuff that she had to deal with, and it wasn't my responsibility. That her death wasn't my responsibility. And that's like a bitter pill to swallow, because you're like, but I have so, a lot of people, when we have friends or people who pass, like sometimes we feel guilty, like, well, maybe if I had just said the right thing, or if I had listened to them, or have taken that phone call, or there's and there's all of these, when we lose people, there's all of these like regrets that go through our mind. Well, maybe I didn't love them or understand them, or there's all kinds of stuff that are associated with loss. And it's like, okay, so how can we move past this time, and how can we move fast? I mean, this is why there's like support groups, because because well, I had suffered from, well, I don't know if I want to call it suffering. So many what ifs to work through. I had a situation where I found out about my father being a bit of a problem, to me and my sister as we were children. And and I found this out, and I was talking to people about it. And I had this boyfriend at the time, and he said, "You can't talk about this to people because it's unpleasant conversation. Like, you can't just talk about certain things to people because certain people don't want to hear it. They want to keep their vibe high and they don't want to be sucked down into your depression." And so it's like, and so that kind of was like, whoa. When he said that to me, I was, hi Ishtaro, I was like, wow, but this is my path and maybe people should care about like what I've been through. But it was high sugar skulls. But it was really like the situation, like he was right. Like I can't bring people down into my drama and expect them to like heal my pain. And so it's very difficult when you go through a special loss, like who can you talk to about it? It's there's very few people who you can really talk to about loss and who will say, that you can get over it, or you can, as because people are going to be like, get over yourself, like, shit happens and you got to move on. And you're like, but it's so hard. It's so hard. So does anybody in here know the phases of grief, the stages of grief? I ask this question all the time. Oh, I don't have my iPad, so I can't find it. Hi, Sugar Skulls. So there's like bargaining, and there's denial, and there's just like all kinds of stages to grief. Hi, Curious Baby Kitten. We are talking about loss and healing the heart. Is there anything that you're trying to heal from? Is there anything that you're trying to heal from, Curious Baby Kitten? What are you trying to heal from? What is your heartache that you wish would be eased? What do you want? You want love to be eased. Well, love is a tricky one, failed expectations. Love is a tricky one. Denial, anger, thank you. Bargaining, depression, acceptance. Thank you, Yellowtail Beauty. So these are the stages of grief, and if somebody is going through denial and anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, like, you may not want to talk to that person. Like, you're like, whoa, that's a lot. Like, I'm gonna leave that on you. Like you have a lot to work through, and that, you gotta work on you. Like, it's hard to find somebody who can really support you. And so that's why support groups are so helpful. And so if you're really having a hard time and you really need to talk to someone, I really recommend finding some sort of a support group where you can talk, because there's a lot of places where you can't talk. You can't air your grievances. You can't talk about like depression. It's, because we want to stay high vibe and we want to have a positive impact on people. And so there's all of the stages in Buddhism. There's hell, hunger, animality, anger. And so hell is where we're in such a bad state that we're bringing people down, that we're bringing others down. And so when we're in hell, so how do we manage that? Yeah, it gets so heavy. It does get so heavy. So, it's good to have people that love you. It's good to have people that love you. But what happens if you like lose the people that were closest to you? I mean, that like is rough, like somebody had lost their fiance and their baby, and it's like, how do you manage that? And and so I don't know, Curious Baby Kitten, you might be getting into a new relationship at some point. Are you okay, pups? Do you want out? So it seems as if, there's something that is so beautiful about pain. it's the balance. When something is really, really bad, it on the other side, it can be really, really good, and if something is really, really good, on the other side, it can be really, really bad. And poets and authors, they thrive on pain. You feel lost. You feel lost. A lot of people are lost. A lot of people are lost and they don't understand, how to get into a better place. And I think I'm just kind of looking over these cards. So the death card is in the fears. It's like we all fear this change. Hi, Trish. Hi, savagery upon savagery. We're talking about healing the heart, healing loss. And so the death card shows up in our fears. So, I mean, that's the thing that we all fear the most is like profound change. Sometimes we want profound change, but that's like the scariest shit. Like to have like everything changed and everything that and can rely upon is no longer there. Like, what do you do about that? What do you do about that? I mean, I can really understand where you're coming from, Fatima, if you're still in here, with your money problems. I can totally relate. If somebody loses a job or loses an income source, like what are you going to do? Like how are you going to respond? It's like we all can react, like we were talking about last night. Like we can, hi there, like we can all react to like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, or we can respond and get busy and jump into action and put one foot in front of the other and walk our way out of it. My hi there, Trish. We are talking about healing the heart. So if there's something that you want healing for, let me know. We're just talking about it. We're just talking about it. And talking about it is the healing. I'm not going to do anything that, I mean, I guess I could ring a bell or something, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to kind of talk through it and just maybe get to a place of acceptance, because we have to go through all the stages of like denial. Like, it couldn't have happened to me. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is okay. Like the whole denial phase. And let me see, and anger. Like it's not fair. It's totally not fair, and so some of you may be in the totally not fair place. Like I have stuff to do. I can't deal with all of this loss. How dare they treat me like this and make me focus, it's like I have to focus on my life. Like how can people, hurt me? So it's like hard for me to do what I want. It says that, above is the 10 of swords, where a lot of us, when we suffer loss, and we need healing, we're just always scared that it's going to happen again. The world doesn't have our back, and that the bad luck or whatever you want to call it is just going to hit again. I had this therapist, psychiatrist, whatever you want to call her. I had told her that I was really scared, that I was going to experience a lot of bad luck, that I was going to experience a lot of bad luck. And I had already had some doozies in my life. And she said to me, she said, I think enough bad stuff has happened to you. Like you're probably good for a while. She said, I don't think you need to worry about like extra bad stuff happening, because statistically, like it, like it doesn't, make sense that bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. Like we can go on like strings of bad luck, but statistically, we're going to have good times and we're going to have bad times, and so it doesn't always. And so this idea of, well, in the past I've had bad luck, so I'm just going to get it more and more and more, statistically that doesn't completely work out. But it's like we can't fear the future. Hi Jess, hi Gloria, hi Javatsna. You love the shadow at middle. What is the shadow at middle? What? Um, you have felt that. Yeah, that is just going to that is just going to be, hi there, Amanda. Hi, Jess. That we're talking about healing the heart. Hi, Chavatsna. Um, we're talking about healing the heart. Oh gosh. Okay, so we got a creeper. So let's just block the creeper. So, hi there. We just have creepers. There's just creepers everywhere. What are you gonna do? Creepers are gonna creep. We're talking about healing the heart, and they're talking about something totally different. So, so yeah, so when we have past pain, we're just worried that it's gonna come back. That's gonna come back. You've had toxic workplace, and you're afraid that every job you apply to would be the same. Yeah, I can relate. You're worried that life is going to repay you with more bad luck, that you're going to have more toxic stuff going on. I'm not allowing anybody in this live video. Somebody keeps sending a request to be in the video. Nobody is coming into the video. So we're doing a reading about healing the heart, and it's about everyone in this live. So not one person is going to be singled out. So you can tell me though, like, how do you want to heal? How do you want to heal? And we can definitely talk about your healing. So you get the Empress and the Knight of Cups. Well, this is kind of interesting, is we want somebody to save us, and so sometimes we turn into, like a weak kitten. Here's curious baby kitten, like we turn into save me. Can't somebody rescue me? Can't somebody take my pain and ease it? Can somebody help me and cure me and make it better? Like, we sometimes we want to be rescued. We want somebody to see us and to love us and say that it's all going to be okay. But the sad thing is that it doesn't matter. Yeah, on the saving part, yeah, we want somebody to save us. Um, and truly, nobody really can. Nobody really can save us. I mean, sometimes there's people can save us, like momentarily. Somebody once saved me. I fell down on an escalator, and they ran up the escalator. They pushed me up. Ooh, I was done for. Like, I don't know if you've ever fallen on an escalator, but that's a mess. And so somebody saved me. You want to heal by getting over someone. He's much happier without me, and you want to be like that too. But your hatred and love won't leave whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Yeah, falling on an escalator is no joke. No joke. And so, of course, it would be so nice if somebody could heal us. And because I don't know, I think when we are hurt and when we have injury in the past, we feel so fragile. We feel so fragile and just fragile. Like, come on, somebody help us out. Somebody do something. Can't anybody do something? And I think the only person that can do something for you is like a higher power or something like that. Like, the higher power can somehow ease the pain. I always find that when you're like truly suffering, that when you find moments of peace and quiet where you're able, hi Swo, where you're able to just be calm and be still, and you're not hurting, like, that's a gift from heaven. That's a gift from your higher power that is easing your hurts. I don't think that there's anyone who can truly help you. I mean, you can have people who love you and who want to get you who want you to get better, but eventually they want you to get better. They don't want you to, hi Reiki Clayton. Most important feel is finding it within and speaking to your guides and God. Yeah, you got to find healing from within, because eventually, your hero is going to be the person that is like, can't you just like get over it and pick yourself up and dust yourself off and just start all over again and just keep going. And you're like, but I'm still like this fragile kitten. You're supposed to save me, and this, like, and so it's hard to kind of wallow in it. It's just like, and it's just my little yaya who wants to heal over getting over someone is that, it's like you want to be saved, you want to meet that person who loves you and who heals you, and it's so that you can do better and you can be like him who's doing better, and then you can, but it's like sometimes in order to get into a new relationship and in order to move into the future, we have to hit that place of acceptance. And if we can't get to that place of acceptance, then we can't move on. And so we have to get to this place of acceptance, and also of allowing other people to have their path, and other people to have their karma, and to step out of other people's karma, to like that's not my karma, that's their karma, that's their path, like kind of seeing like this is mine and this is yours, and being able to see the real division. Hold on a second, let me let this pup out. Come on, pups. Being able to say this is mine and this is yours, and being able to see the difference. And so the truth is that not one person can really save you, you know there's that person. And then what is it, the bargaining, that if only let me see here, where are those stages of grief? The bargaining and depression and acceptance. So if only this would happen, then I would get my lover back. If only this would happen, I would feel better. If only this person saved me, everything would be okay. If only I had done this, if only I had done that, the bargaining phase. And I think that's like really the Nine of Cups, why do we have to go through these tough lessons? Well, the tough lessons are our karma, that is our karma. We have to go through lessons because we are progressive individuals, and we have great things in life to learn, and we have some pretty dark stuff that we need to overcome. And so we all have an inner darkness that we have to overcome, and everybody else has an inner darkness that they need to overcome. And sometimes other people's inner darkness like kind of folds over onto ours, so sometimes other people's inner darknesses are like put onto other people as, and so sometimes there's aggressors and sometimes there's victims, and we have to overcome either being the aggressor or the victim, and so, what do we do? And sometimes the aggressors are the victim, and you know um I have, my boyfriend, we talk about like the victim attitude all the time, and how a lot of people play the victim. And that's like a really hard conversation to have. Like why, because sometimes I could be the victim, and um it feels like not everyone goes through tough stuff. It's just a few people, spiritual ones. Now, everybody goes through tough stuff. Trust me. Everybody's going to lose their mother. Everybody's going to lose something. Everybody's going to lose their best friend. Everyone's going to lose a job. Everyone's going to lose a lover. Like we all go through the tough stuff, and it's called the human condition. That's the human condition. We all go through the human condition because we're human. And so we all go through the same things. We all experience loss, but just in different ways. And so sometimes you hear about it and sometimes you don't. Not everybody talks about it. But I mean, a lot of people go through tough stuff, or like varying degrees of it. And a lot of it is self inflicted. A lot of my tough stuff was self inflicted due the to the vice of me being an alcoholic, and a drug addict, like that, like I had a lot of self-inflicted drama and hatred towards myself that was being, this whole script that was being laid out. And so I was a victim of alcohol and drugs. But was I a victim, or was I the perpetrator? you've lost so much family, lovers, friends, parts of yourself, and rebuilt yourself multiple times. Transitioning in life can be hard. Change is hard, but loss is beyond hurt. Loss is like loss, and so yeah, a lot. So it's like, well, we could be the victim, and or we can assimilate. Well, I think the victim wants to be rescued. The victim wants to be rescued. And so what do they so instead of being a victim, you're a survivor, instead of being a victim, you're a survivor. It's like kind of like changing the tone is that we want to survive. We don't want to be in this place of where people are stepping all over us and where we're just pushovers and where we're sad all the time and that nobody takes us seriously because we're just sad all the time, and because it's very challenging. Like if you have depression, does anybody suffer with like backaches or back problems? Like back problems are the most like how can I say, like if you have you've got to survive and move forward. Absolutely, you have to survive and move forward. And we all do. We all eventually do. But yeah, like if you have a back problem, like people that have back problems will complain about their back all the time. And people will be like, enough of the back thing. You're like, but you have no idea it hurts so bad. Like my back hurts. Like when you have back problems, like you're in so much pain and it's just constant and nobody like really around you understands because you're not in like a cast. And it's the same with depression. You can have depression and you can be so sad, but nobody like really understands how sad you are, and so they just don't get it. And so it's hard to find people to have compassion. We want that person that'll be there that will have that compassion, but we can't expect it. We can't expect it, you know um so bargaining, yeah, we wish that it wasn't us. Why can't it be somebody else that has this problem? Why does it have to be me? And so, is anybody here like the sad one in their family, like the one that's always having the problem? Yeah, compassion is rare, but it is out there. Right. They probably think like they're always sick or there's always something wrong. Yeah, like they're like, oh, that person's such a victim. They just keep going down this path of, oh, they're sick, oh, they're sad, oh, they're that problem. And you're sad a lot. I'm sure a lot of people don't exactly can relate and can tap into that. And so when it's hard to bring that energy around others because people don't like, typically they want to be around people that make them feel better, that listen to them, that they want to be around people that like care about them, and instead of them having to care about someone else. And so a lot of times people don't want to care about other people's. You wear a mask, put a smile and bubbly persona. No one I interact with in person, yeah, they don't have a clue like how much you're hurting. And I think high unity sage, we're talking about healing the heart, healing depression, healing sadness, healing loss. Is there anything that you have wanted to heal from that you've found it hard? You try to hide it and just keep making sure you're helping others feel better. Well, I think that reaching out and using our experience in sadness and loss and aching and problems that to help other people is definitely, it's the wounded healer, that if we have a wound that we can help heal others, and through healing others we can heal ourselves. And so we can try to hide it, or we can well, put on the happy face, feel like they don't care, and like you said, you don't want to be that downer, so you wear a mask. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, you want to wear a mask. You lost the motivation to hide it, but you don't go into too much depth. Yeah, so yeah, Chiron is the wounded healer. Yeah, so we can all be the wounded healer. And maybe that's part of accepting our paths of like, okay, this has, yes, you can find Chiron in your chart. And if you find Chiron in your chart, you can see like the area that where you are the wounded healer. I think mine's in Pisces. Um, so you're exhausted really bad. Yes. Yes, there is exhaustion. And the people that are closest to you, they see it the most and they may feel like, "Oh, she's just an emotional person, like she's, like uneven. She has a problem managing her moods." And we don't want to be like that. We don't want to have this victim, this like, I'm a victim, I'm fragile, like we want to be strong. And so how can we get then to that place of acceptance where we can say, I'm a survivor, I've gone through this. I have so much stuff in Pisces. I'm in Aries, but my midheaven is in Pisces. My Mercury is in Pisces. I have like so much stuff in Pisces. Um, yeah, ninth, 10th house. So it's like, it's crazy. Yeah, my like all the Pisces in my chart, it's like why I am who I am. Like the Pisces in my chart makes a lot of sense. Yeah, your healing does begin. Your healing does begin, absolutely. And you were just saying this to yourself, you need to be stronger. I'm an Aries. You have a lot in air signs. um so so then we want to be survivors. We want to be survivors. What sign are you, Unity Sage? You know, I'm drinking this energy drink. Hi, Yeto. Yet to be known to me. I was calling you Yeto. um, so so there's certain things. Oh, you're a Cancer. My rising is in Cancer. I have a Cancer rising, so maybe that's where we kind of relate. I'm a my pup. My pup is the emotional security part. Yeah, you can always look it up in your chart. You can get your chart done at Astrolabe. If you go to my link in bio and you scroll down to free astrology chart, there's a link to somewhere where you can put your information into the chart and then it'll spit out and you can find out where your Chiron is. Aquarius. Aquariuses handle problems in different ways. Cancers just hold on for dear life. Angel Moon, baby, we both have Cancer rising. Represent. Cancer risings feel lost. Cancer rising, another Cancer rising. Oh no, rising Libra. Yeah, Cancer rising feel lost. They never feel accepted at Thanksgiving. So so the wounded healer, like how can we be that healer to other people? And we have to come to this place of acceptance and seeing our struggles as our strong suit. Well, what didn't come on, pups. Come on, pups. He's my a Taurus. You're a Libra. So what was it? The guy who Yellowtail may know who the father of Adam, the guy who lost his little boy in the store in Florida back in the 80s. That was all a really scary time because I was in Florida. It freaked my mom out. Oh, I'm doing good. We're talking about healing the heart. Is there anything that you want to heal from? So the person who lost their son Adam and they found him, it was very sad, very, very sad situation. and it was and child abduction was like this whole new thing. Like it wasn't something that was thank you so much, Daryl. It wasn't something that was really talked about a lot, and so it was this big tragedy, this little boy losing his life and being abducted. And the person, his father, like started like all kinds of charities and stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but he started like this awareness thing, and he started, you know, I don't know, was he the one that started the thing on like the like the milk cartons? And there's people that hi there, Trini and Terrell with Vinny. That rhymed. When you're sad, is it weird to always Adam Walsh? Yeah, what did his father go on to do? I remember his father did something. Yeah, his father like went on to start this program that was like really influential and has found like tons of kids or something. I don't know if it was like the milk cartons, or um but his father, after losing his son, like he was able to turn it into a mission, and he was able to transmute the pain into helping other people. And so he was able to take like this really tragic situation and turn it on its ear and turn it into this gigantic force of good. And I think because of him, like tons of kids have been found, or something amazing. It's an amazing story. I wish I knew exactly what it was, but it was somebody who was able to take the pain and then use it for good. And at the end of the day, that's really what happens, is that we go through all of these challenges in our life so that we can help other people, so that we can be a guide for others. And so, if you're going, he began. Oh, so he was hosting America's Most Wanted. Well, yeah, but he was an activist, and so he did a lot of stuff. So, um, but he was responsible for finding people and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of things, and the loss of Adam started so many things. So much awareness happened because of the sacrifice that this little boy's karma made to the world. You're supposed to share your story to help others. You have special gifts, but confused on how to share. Right, right. Well, I was practicing Buddhism in Texas, and it's not a very friendly place to certain religions. At least where I was, it wasn't very friendly to. Well, when I was there, like it wasn't very open to other religions, and so I had a hard time like expressing my religious beliefs because they were kind of shunned by others. And so I had this mentor out there, and he told me that people will come to you, like when people and so you're supposed to share your practice. You're supposed to share like what it is that you do to shine your heart, to share your path, and to be a guide to others. But that you become a guide to others because people come to you. And so you're supposed to share your story to help others, but it kind of comes in like different ways. It comes but by fate, like your higher power will bring the people together that need to learn from your path. And so sometimes you can go, yeah, that's something you do often. Yeah, that people are brought to you, and then you guide them to the next step. I've always kind of felt like that sometimes I'm a bit of a guide, that I'll experience something really profound and hard, and then my path is to help others like assimilate it and move into the next space with it. And so I think we're all a little bit like that. We all go through these situations. None of us are the same, and we each have these profound journeys. We each have these profound journeys that are touching to us, and thank you, and are helpful to others. So we're all guides. you guys are guiding me. You guys are my guide. And, and I'm happy to be here to share this space with you. And so we can be the emotionally insecure, the wrecks in our life where we can't keep our act together and we're sad all the time, or we can be survivors and helpers and supporters. And I think the people that we're supposed to support, they reveal themselves. They show up to us in life. And in Buddhism they would be called Zenchi Shikis, which is the good friend. There's the good friend who will be there just at the right time to tell you exactly what you need to hear in order to get to the next place. But they're not your savior. They're not your savior. They're like a helping hand. Like the guy who helped me on the escalator. Like I never saw him again. Like he wasn't supposed to be my husband or anything like that. He was just the person at the right place at the right time. And so it's like an angel, and I think what's really cool is that angels are everywhere and we all get an opportunity to be an angel. Have any of you felt like you've met an angel? Like, have you ever felt like you met an angel? I once saw this guy washing dogs. He was like a dog washer. And I was like, how are you doing that? Like angel moon baby. There you go. Like how are you doing that? He says I'm an angel. And I thought, wow, I met an angel today. And he had said something like really like particularly profound to me, and I thought, oh dang, maybe I did just meet an angel. And then I kind of realized we all get to be an angel every now and then. I mean, sometimes we can be a wreck, and but I think we all have this blessing within us where we can bless others if we tap into that. If we tap into that source, then we can be a blessing to others. And so absolutely, if you feel like you might be an angel, you probably are. I think we all get to be an angel. We all get to be an angel at times. I wish I was an angel more often. I want to be an angel. So it says here that that we all fear death, or profound change or the end of something, and you feel strong in a spiritual way and not in other ways. Go on. He is just such a funny pup. He just will not stay still. So the Four of Cups. The last two cards are peculiar, because we're talking about healing the heart. And you would think that when it comes to healing the heart, like the last two cards would be like Ace of Cups, the world, that we find love and we get over it and everything's hunky-dory and everything's okay. But at the end of the day is we're on the search for truth. It's the Four of Cups and the Hermit. And so somebody was asking like why do we have to go through these lessons? It's because we're learning, and that's the whole point, is expansion and fuller expression. But then we're learning, and we don't want to attract to us nightmares in our life. We want to stay positive and keep positive, and we want to live positive lives. Like none of us want to have a tragedy in our life, and tragedies happen, and I don't want one any now and then anytime soon. But we are all learning. And we're all getting to this place of is the spiritual journey is a lot to deal with. Yes, it's a lot to deal with, but we also have to have our feet firmly on the ground, and we have to um well, I think we go through phases. How old are you, Angel Moon Baby? How old are you? I think we go through phases of having spiritual journeys and then dealing with life, and then we have another bout of, oh, you're 53. Oh dang. So Wow, well, maybe you just go through it more. I found that I had a lot more drama in my life before 30. Before 30, and then it kind of turned into like love life drama. And lately things have been pretty good when I've kind of changed, but then we all have to go through different types of loss. And and when we get older, then we start losing people in our lives that have a profound effect on us. And so, I guess all throughout life we have a lot to deal with, but we want to attract happiness, and we want to attract good times. And so we should try to remain very grateful, grateful for life and grateful for everything that has happened. You think you have a hard time processing heavy energy or collective energy. You're 17 and you're going through love life drama. Well, I think a lot of us at 17 went through love life drama. Oh boy, my boyfriend like cheated on me, left me for another girl, and love life drama. I. No, that was when I was 15. When I was 17, that was a whole different thing. That was a whole different thing. Whew, that was rough. That was rough. Love life drama is real. And hi, summer vibes. And so it says that none of us really want to deal with loss. You're still going through love life drama. Well, sometimes that can change. Sometimes that can change. And we want to be able to change our mind. And we want to be grateful for things in our life. Like if we're going through a lot of drama and a lot of sadness and like a lot of heartache, then we need to seek acceptance. That's the final stage of loss, is the acceptance part. We want to get to this place of acceptance. And so the Four of Cups is kind of this place where you don't want to accept. Like you don't want to accept. You don't want to say, okay, this is happening to me, or I can get better, or you have to get to a place where you can say, okay. And instead of looking for trouble, accept your past, accept what has happened, and then get to a place of moving on, but being really grateful for your lessons, and being grateful for your path, and being grateful for the people that you've interacted with. If everybody you've interacted with is the devil, and they're not, because it always takes two to tango. And so if there's like love life drama, like we always have a part. Yeah, you don't want to say goodbye to your ex. And so we have to get to this place of acceptance and saying goodbye to our exes, and saying goodbye, and accepting that we have gone through this love life problem and it's not working out, and that we have to be able to accept that it's not right for us, and that God has a greater plan for us, and that there's a greater, more profound plan that is just on the other side of that door of acceptance. And if we can get to that place of acceptance, like, okay, didn't work out. I always talk about how relationships, they come together. This is kind of like the soulmate thing. Two souls, they come together and they're like, okay, we're together and we are doing our thing and we have our lesson to learn. So we learn our lesson and we either continue on together or we grow apart, and this one goes this way and this one goes this way, and we no longer match. But now you've grown, so now you're up here and they're all the way over here, and so you meet someone that's in harmony with you up here, because you're no longer in harmony with your ex. So it's hard to get back into harmony with someone that has already grown in a different direction and you've grown in a different direction. We attract the people that we're in harmony with, and so you're no longer in harmony with your past, because you are in a new future. And so you have to accept where you are now, and then you will attract somebody that's in harmony with where you are now. But if you're stuck in the past, it's you can't really attract anything. you don't attract anything good. So you have to get to this place of acceptance, of saying, I accept my path, and I'm grateful for this person and what they brought in my life. I've had some nasty exes in my life, but they have all brought me some sort of growth. Like, I have grown through every relationship that I've been through, nasty or good or bad or indifferent. Like, I have still grown. And so we still have to think, because the Buddha nature is within everyone. Everyone has the Buddha nature. And so the Buddha nature, they may be nasty to us, but we still have to say, thank you, Master, to the people that have left us. We still have to say, thank you, Master, for you have taught me XYZ. You have taught me this, you have taught me that. And I now release you. I accept the lesson, and I'm willing to move on into the future with this knowledge, with this increased growth in my life. I'm willing to accept it and move on. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful for your being and for our time that we've spent together. And goodbye now. Bye bye now. Yes, you have to, and sure, you can have love for someone, but by when you meet someone else, like, that can kind of go into the back drawer. You don't really need to carry around a lot of love for someone that is no longer serving you. So you can always love him, but you got to accept that he's no longer in your life, and that it's okay to move on and go into a new phase of life. Sometimes you got to close the door, but we're all scared of this death, of like changing, of not talking to somebody anymore, to not having this person in our life anymore. And but it's like a past, it's a past life that we are willing to accept and move on. We have to get to this place where we move on. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, yeah, you can definitely get to this place. But I mean, you might be stuck in the bargaining phase. Like, if only I had done this, then they would come back. Or if only if I do this, I'll hear from them. Or if only I reach out to them just this one time, then maybe they'll text me back and we can get together and I can do the right thing so that they'll realize that I'm the person that they long for, and they'll be apologetic and they'll rush right back to me. If only. Like, no, you guys have grown apart. You're no longer in harmony. You're no longer in harmony. So you're up here now and they're like over here. And so you meet somebody that's up here now. You meet somebody that you're in harmony with, that has grown to the space that you've grown, somebody who's grown like you. That's what you do. You meet somebody who has grown like you have grown. And so it's weird having scenarios in your head of how you want things to be, but said person starts talking off script, telling me things as if they were actually there to let them go. Oh, sure. Oh, well, I'm about to end this live very soon. We're at the last couple of cards, and there's a cobbler that is waiting for me on the other side of this live. There is a cobbler. Oh, good night. Enjoy your work tomorrow. Thank you so much for everything. And you guys, I am available for readings at psychicstina.com. You can book a reading, and they are excellent, excellent. Yes, I can't wait to have it's Marion Berry and Peach Cobbler. So none of us want to go through loss. None of us want to suffer pain. Like, we don't want to suffer pain. But thank you so much. I can't wait. My boyfriend, normally I make the cobbler, but my boyfriend made it tonight and it looks really good. So none of us want to go through suffering. We don't want to suffer. Like, we're not Emily Dickinson or whoever it is that did all that suffering. It's like we don't want to suffer for our art, or suffer for beauty, or suffer for love, or like, none of us want that. But we all have a path that we have to live, and we all have a future that we need to get to, and we all are going to have roadblocks along that future. And so another way to look at loss is by using the skill of perception. It's how you perceive, the way you perceive things will change the thing. So if you see something one way as this big, bad, evil monster, then you're going to see your suffering as this big, evil monster. Hi, Lisbeth. But if you are able to see things as like, no, this is an opportunity for me to grow, for me to help other people, for me to have a life that enriches others. Though if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so, hi, Lisbeth. We are talking about healing the heart and healing loss. So the things we look at change, and so that's what we do, is we change the things we look at. It's all about perception. Really bad things on the flip side are really good. Oh, good night, Unity Sage. It's a sign for me to get off to. Everybody's falling asleep. So it's a sign for me to go enjoy my cobbler. But just so you know, everyone, that healing the heart is natural, and it all takes time. It all takes time. And it'll happen for you. I promise. We don't want it. We don't want to have these problems, but these problems are what make us who we are. We become who we are through our challenges, like our scars define us. Hi, Julie. How are you? We were just talking about you. Thank you, Mary V. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's so funny. Julie Dockler on here. It helps our soul grow. Yes, we are all growing. We are all growing, and we're all getting stronger, and our lives help others. We all have a mission. We all have a purpose. We all have a purpose, and our lives change others. Each live has the potential to affect 1 million people. Like, our live can touch 1 million people. On TikTok, I have like over 12 million likes. Like, that's mind blowing to me. Like, 12 million people have liked my stuff. Like, our lives have such a huge nature to impact others, and it's a very profound thing. Like I was saying, that we all get to be the angel. So go out tomorrow and be the angel, be the angel. So good night, my little yeah. Good night, Angel Moon baby. Good night, Elizabeth. Good night, you guys. You guys have a really nice night, and know that your higher power is looking out for you and is making sure that you are safe and secure, and that whatever happens is the right thing for you. So bless you too. Good night, you guys. I'm going to say good night. Good night. Good night, everyone.